Why don't people care about men, black men specifically?
The reason why a lot of people, and when I say people, because I do think in general, like you said, men aren't typically cared about in terms of black men in the conversation of black women, there's a lot of what's called solipsism within the female population, which means that they actually tend to struggle when it comes to looking at perspectives outside of themselves, especially when it's male. And we'll see this most demonstrated when we'll bring up things legally that's going on that seems to be at the expense of men and a benefit for women, and they won't equalize that. They'll come up with reasons and justifications for why it should remain as such. Part of it is I think, believe it or not, it could be partial to it could be actually partially related to how attractions work. So think of it this way. What work does a woman need to do in order to typically get a man's attention when she's out in public? Pretty much just be attractive, right? Yep. For the average man, if you reverse it, if he's going to approach a woman, ideally he needs to dress pretty decently and carry himself pretty well. He needs to be able to speak well with good diction. He needs to be charismatic. He needs to be able to not come off boring. He needs to be able to give the impression that her life will be more valuable with him in it, or her in his life. And, he needs to basically impress her. And I think a lot of times that's almost like a microcosm of what it typically looks like, where men have to figure out a way to earn their value. And that usually starts and stops with however much it is that they're providing. So if you're not providing to any particular woman, if you're not related to her and you're not providing any value, there's a pretty significant chance she probably doesn't care much about you at all.